So I worked largely in India. So my first 14 years was with Unilever, 10 years with the Indian company, and then 4 years with Unilever in regional and global roles. I then worked in retail for a while with Build-A-Bear Workshop, setting it up in India. Then worked in telecom, and my last role was Chief Marketing Officer in hospitality. And I was trying to embed values in the organization. We had come up with some new values. And the worry I had is that while the whole corporate, the head office was really happy with what we had put together, I wasn't sure how to make sure that everyone across 40 resorts, 15 offices, sales offices, from the sales guy to the janitor to the housekeeping staff understood this. And like I was advised, like everyone else, to run workshops. I did workshops, printed t-shirts, coffee mugs, and stuff like that. And like everyone knows, it never worked. And I was in this thing of how do you do that? And I kept trying to read up stuff. And I landed up on a blog of someone called Sean Callahan, some bloke in Australia, who had written about how if you want to change something abstract in communication to something concrete, you use stories. And while the concept was there, the whole blog didn't really say how do you do that, right? So I got in touch. Of course, Sean's first reaction was, yeah, we could come and do that for you. And I said, my boss is saying he'll sack me because I'm spending too much time thinking about it. Getting two people to come in from Australia to consult would not happen. But I was on their mailing list, and I got an email which said that they were going to run a SFL for a day, storytelling for leaders. And I said, I'd sign up for that. And then wrote to Mark saying, I hope you're going to answer this question, which is how do you embed? This is partly, but if you really want to know that, we will do a narrative skills workshop. And so they did a second day of a narrative skills workshop. And what I learned there was how you collect stories and then use them to explain abstraction and concreteness. And when I came back and utilized that, I saw magic happen. And I won't say hundreds, but over the next few weeks, I got enough examples that people was getting it. And and then, as Mark might tell you, at the end of those 2 days, I don't know what came over me, but I said, can I buy you a beer? And he said yes. And there was this other guy from the same company as in my company with me and said, I'm coming. I said, no, this is just between you. And I said that, have you guys thought of expanding and, having partners, etc.? We've given it a thought, but what do you have in mind? I said, nothing just now, but I'll get in touch. And a year later, I got in touch. And I said, can we have a conversation? That's how it happened.
And when you decided to sell it, I think there was a challenge on the price, no, for a market like India.
Yeah. First of all, we were moving the needle from a per workshop price to a per participant price, and the price at which it was being sold across the world for per participant was the average price of a workshop in the country.
Right.
Yeah, and
10 times the value.
Approximately. I mean, if you had 20 people, then perhaps 20 times the value at those days. So, but initially Mark was very clear that we needed to invest and perhaps initially start off with introductory pricing for some people. But even that wasn't the easiest thing to sell. But it was about going out there, explaining to people what this thing is about, what is business storytelling. That really made it happen later.
And how is it? What has it meant for you now? Where are you up to now with your programming?
Oh, I'm having fun. I think the most important thing is I'm having fun. And people keep asking me. In December, I'm going to deliver the 100th SFL. Yeah, and people ask me, aren't you getting bored? And my answer is no. When I see skeptics, and these are people who volunteered to come to a storytelling workshop, but they're still skeptics. And when I see them coming as skeptics, and they leave the program with, every program there's at least some people who have come and told me this is the best workshop of their lives. They wish someone had told them this 10 years earlier. And we largely work with very senior people, not people who would be impressed with just the shiny thing. And that joy. And then of course when you do the program for 6 months with them, and during that time you get an excited call of saying I converted this sale, or I got a promotion because I could explain this, the joy is huge.
Brilliant. Thanks very much, IC.
Thanks, Mike.